Good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I, Atala, will accompany you today for the next few minutes in G12 News, which will present the latest and actual info. Lately, in the area of Ethiopia, there has been a crisis of lack of clean water, which has a very bad impact for the lives of the residents there, especially for Muslims. The root of this problem is still being sought today. Let's just turn to our on-site reporters and sources to hear more about this issue.
حسناً، أنا الآن في منطقة إثيوبيا. أنا مع رئيس القرية. مباشرة. مساء الخير سيدي رضا. ما رأيك في نقص المياه النظيفة؟
كمسلم هذا الوضع ليس مواتيا كما أمر الله دائما بالنظافة والطهارة كما نعلم أن الطهارة تنقسم إلى ثلاث وهي طهارة الجسد والملبس والقلب من أجل الحفاظ على نظافة الجسم والملبس يجب توافر مياه نظيفة ومع ذلك في هذه المصيبة يجب أن نطهر قلوبنا من الغضب بمصيبة الله بسم الله بإذن الله سيتم هذه المصيبة بسرعة حتى ننفذ أمر الله دائما في حالة نظيفة وطهارة.
يا سيدي هذه عدة أمور تؤدي إلى ندرة المياه النظيفة.
صحيح. السبب يعود إلى عدم مواسير المياه المكلفة بربطها بهذه القرية وليس هناك سد أو مكياس المطار الذي يعمل على جمع مياه الأمطار ونفاية المصانع التي تلوث مياه الأنهار حول القرية.
هل هناك سياسة حكومية لمعالجة هذه المشكلة؟
حتى الآن لم تكن هناك سياسة ومساعدة تقدمها الحكومة من أموال أو وسائل. من أجل ذلك واجب علينا أن نعمل معا لبناء الوسائل مستقلة.
شكرا كثيرا.
Hei, kenapa kamu sibuk sendiri dari tadi?
Apa kamu nggak lihat aku sedang membaca buku?
Emang sebagus apa sih buku yang kamu baca?
Tentu sangat bagus, karena ini adalah buatan Terelie yang selalu datang dengan penyampaian unik dan sederhana, membuat pembaca bisa seolah-olah merasakan langsung sehingga pesan yang diberikan bisa diterima.
Ceritanya tentang apa?
Novel ini mengisahkan kehidupan kakak beradik Tania dan Dede yang harus putus sekolah dan menjadi pengamen karena perbatasan ekonomi keluarga mereka sepeninggal ayah mereka. Lalu datang seorang pria bernama Danar yang mengubah hidup mereka.
Wah, sepertinya aku tertarik dengan buku itu. Bisakah kau berikan aku judul bukunya? Aku juga ingin membacanya.
Tentu, judulnya adalah Daun yang Jatuh Tak Pernah Membenci Angin. Jangan lupa untuk membeli buku di Gramedia dan jangan membantu tindak pelaku pembajakan.
Oke, terima kasih, Matt.
Welcome back to this program. Recently, it often rains in Banten area. Thunderstorms and storms also make people from the area afraid and rarely to go out, thus disrupting the productivity of residents for work and school. So that local residents can be calm in responding to this and can return to normal activities, I brought two scientists who will explain this phenomenon. For Professor Reza and Hamad, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Indonesia. I'm a weather expert from BMKG. So basically, when it rains heavily, it is usually accompanied by lightning, which can surprise some of us. This lightning is closely related to electric field created by the charges in the lightning cloud. Within the lightning cloud, the field can be strong enough to ionize the air, causing lightning.
Good. But it seems like there is something that I don't understand. Can you explain to us and the audience about what an electric field is? And also, can you give a simulation for an electric field?
Electric field is defined as the electric force per unit charge. The direction of the field is taken to be the direction of the force it would exert on a positive test charge. The electric field is radially outward from a positive charge and radially in toward a negative point charge.
To make it all understandable, let me explain some things in FET simulation website. We have two charges, positive and negative. Positive charge, electric field, is radially outward, and for the negative charge is radially inward, which are also clearly shown by the arrows in the simulation. When both are different charges, they attract, like what we already have right here. If they are the same charges, for example negative and negative, or positive and positive, they will repel each other.
Wow, that's very interesting and understandable. Is there anything more that we can get about an electric field?
Of course, an electric field can also have an effect on the motion of a charged particle. I'll take electrons as an example. Electrons have negative charge. Let's assume it passes through a pair of charged plates that has a positive and negative side. So what happens to the electrons is that it will change the direction, leaning more towards the positive side of the electric field.
Thank you for the explanation. Sir, is there any response from our body dealing with this phenomenon, and how does the system in our body deal with it?
Yes, there is. A lightning strike can cause brain damage by affecting the function of the central nervous system, motor neurons, and peripheral nerves. Lightning can also cause the heart to stop, cutting off the oxygen supply to the brain. In either case, the result may be a lightning strike, acquired brain injury. That is one example of the impact of lightning. But there are many things besides lightning that trigger our nervous or endocrine system responses. Therefore, we have to look at its structure first.
What is the difference between nervous and endocrine systems, Doc?
Okay, the nervous system has two main parts. The central nervous system, that is made up of brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, that is made up of nerves that branch off from the spinal cord and extend to all parts of our body. It allows us to make sense of our surroundings and respond to them, and to coordinate and regulate body functions. On the other hand, the endocrine system is made up of glands that produce and secrete hormones, chemical substances produced in the body that regulate the activity of cells or organs. Now we will take a look at detailed differences between nervous and endocrine system. The part of system of nervous system are brain, spinal cord, nerve or neurons, while the part of system of endocrine system are glands. The type of message used by nervous system is electrical impulse, while endocrine system use chemical hormone. As we have noticed before, nerve or neurons become the method of transmission in nervous system, and bloodstream become the method of endocrine system. After that, effectors in nervous system are muscles or glands, while effectors in endocrine system are target cells in specific tissue. Furthermore, the speed of transmission in nervous system is very fast rather than in endocrine system. Last but not least, the length of effect in nervous system is short, while in endocrine system is longer, until the hormone is broken down.
I noticed that nervous systems use neurons for their method of transmission. Are neurons divided into several types or no?
Yes, neurons are separated into three types: sensory neuron, relay neuron, and motor neuron. Each type of neuron has a slightly different structure. In general, we can say that dendrites and axons become the main parts to differentiate them. Sensory neurons have long dendrites and short axons. Motor neurons have short dendrites and long axons. And relay neurons have short dendrites and short or long axons.
Oh, but I want to know what are the functions of these neurons?
For the function, sensory neurons receive impulses and carry them from the sense organs to the spinal cord or brain. Interneurons connect sensory and motor neurons and interpret the impulse. Motor neurons carry impulses from the brain and spinal cord to muscles or glands.
Anything else that connects with those explanations?
Yes, I'll be explaining the role of sensory receptor cell, but what is receptor cell? So a cell that responds to a stimulus is called a receptor cell. Receptor cells are transducer because they convert energy in one form, such as light, heat, or sound, into energy in an electrical impulse within a sensory neuron. When receptor cells are stimulated, they are depolarized, and it divided into two situations. The first situation, if the stimulus is very weak, the cells are not sufficiently depolarized and the sensory neuron is not activated to send impulses. Second situation, if the stimulus is strong enough, the sensory neuron is activated and transmit impulses to the CNS. So because of those things, our body gives response to certain condition and phenomena.
Thank you so much for all the information for today, professors. I, Athela, signed out and thank you. Breaking news. On today's Saturday, 19 November 2021, a man dressed in a black hoodie with cat ears managed to rob Central Bank and ran away in a black Mercedes. The man was reportedly to have bald head, mustache, mean face, and blue eyes. The identity of the man is still unknown up until this time. We warn citizens about this armed man and report to the nearest police station if found. The cat ears were still questionable.